I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. I've returned for the first time since 1997's AM Worlds. I'm here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the site of the 2017 Pro Masters World Championships. Today we're here for the Pro Masters Divisional Doubles taking place, and we've got a great card in front of you. We're going to have 6 competitors, including the Superhouse team of Dave Feldberg and JohnE McCray, both of Latitude 64. Thanks to Latitude 64 for all of today's coverage, bringing it to you here on the Disc Golf Guys channel. This is a unique format here today. We're playing modified best shot doubles, and what that means is no player will take 3 consecutive drives. So if you park the first 2 holes, that means that you won't even need to throw on the 3rd hole for your drive. It's just a drive, so we'll see how that plays out. There's clearly strategy involved and a couple of great teams. Let's get to it. We're here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And leading the action off here today is JohnE McCray, our 2016 Pro Masters World Champion. And one of the most decorated players in the game, also one of the most well-traveled, Dave Feldberg, goes with a huge turnover shot. Hole number 1 is a par 5, measuring in at 875 feet as we watch DJ Ellis throw a forehand. It's also carrying to the right. There is a considerable amount of wind here on this opening hole. Shasta Criss from California opts for the roller, which is getting plenty of distance. However, that wind I spoke of is pushing it to the right. Hits the tree. It's not going to make too much difference here. Bob Kulchuk, 5th to tee. This is going to be 6 players here today. Modified best shot, meaning you can never take one person's drive 3 holes in a row. And Ken parks his partner. Final tee shot, not going to be needed.
We're off to see the wizard.
Hole number 1 is a par 5. However, most of your players will be pretty content with a 4 here. If you do get a 3, it's because you've thrown 2 nearly perfect shots to get up and down and card an eagle 3. Shasta and DJ with their position, not quite enough power to be able to drive all the way to this green. It is great that they have the backhand and forehand combo as a team. JohnE McCray going very low, gives it a huge rip. That's about all you can ask for here. Dave Feldberg's going to have to do a little work if he wants to improve on that. Giving it everything he could.
Go for everything I had to get us closer.
As he said there, Ken steps up and throws a little bit quicker than I was ready for. Bob's got a green light. He can be very aggressive here as well, knowing that Ken's pretty close to the basket. And he also puts it right next to the basket. Shasta will give it a solid approach shot that gives the green light to a partner. When you're right next to a basket like that, DJ's got to do a little bit more work there to try and give it an aggressive run, hoping that he can pull it in. JohnE McCray is able to give it a long jump putt, and this is, again, a green light for Feldberg. No reason to be short. He was online in terms of power. Again, starting out with a par 5 here. A little bit of a confidence builder. All 3 of our teams are looking to card 4s, which in best or alternate shot I would consider a pretty decent score. Again, you've got to do things very right to somehow walk away with a 3 here on hole number 1. Hey, Bob. Dave Feldberg will take the tee pad here on hole number 2. Anytime you're watching doubles, you'll see that each team has their own strategy when it comes to driving and putting. Whenever I'm playing with my buddy, I'm always first to drive and first to putt. However, it looks like these guys may be switching that up a little. Dave Feldberg appears to be teeing on the even holes, where JohnE McCray may take the odd holes. That is not a forced decision. That's just something that they seem to agree on as a team. Shasta Criss puts it up there. DJ's got a forehand. He doesn't turn over quite enough. Again, he can be aggressive. Anytime you have a player next to the basket, there's no reason to not be running it. Ken's going to play this one a little bit wide here at 260 feet, but it comes in nicely. And Bob puts a really good move on it here. It's tracking toward the basket, and he's past it. Feldberg with a 20-some footer, maybe 22 feet or so. It's 2 birdies to open the round. Ken will tap in for birdie. And DJ and Shasta are in almost the exact same spot. These are getting started early, and we've got 6 birdies in 6 opportunities. .360 feet for JohnE McCray. You've got plenty of room out to the right. And Johnny's bringing down the branches. Must have hit that very hard. Feldberg says, I'm going to go with a wider route. Tries to take the tree entirely out of play. Goes out and around. There is an OB road on the far right side, but it would take a horrible shot to get over there. DJ released that one low. It is only about 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning at this point. Grass might have a little dew on it, but it's also a little thicker than it appears. Shasta's come up short. Bob's going to go at the same tree and goes around it. And Ken's never comes back. It heads toward the road, but they've got Bob's shot to rely on. This is DJ for birdie. And as you can hear, the wind is howling at this point. Shasta with a solid run. Thought he was possibly going to throw that one in. Ken's proving he's got the putter working early. McCray also working it. Best shot doubles, you expect to see plenty of birdies, and we already have 8 birdies in the first 9 opportunities out here at the Riverside course. Let's move on. McCray with the tee shot here on this 530 footer, and I got to admit that was up into the sunlight, so I had a hard time finding it. We see it at the last moment. Center of the fairway, possibly left center. They have to go with McCray's there. They've used back-to-back shots by Feldberg, which means they had to go with JohnE McCray's shot regardless here in modified best shot. Same idea. They had to use DJ's shot there because they had used Shasta Criss's the 2 previous holes. Ken's on the left side. Ken and Bob both have, we'll say they're not handcuffed, is the term that I heard JohnE McCray using throughout the round. So they've got options. Shasta here wants to get a little tricky. He's going to go with a roller. And I really like this play. I wished it would have hit the pin. He put too much on it.
Just disappeared into that one tree.
It's just the drives that matter in terms of taking 3 in a row. You can take 3 putts in a row or 3 approaches in a row by the same person, but you cannot take 3 of the same drives in a row. Ken's going to play that out to the left, and it finally comes back down. He's wide of the basket. And Bob with a very different route. He goes to the right side with not much more success. This is Feldberg throwing from Johnny's huge crush. And that's going to put them up there in good position.
Yes.
Gives a green light.
Good run, Johnny.
And Feldberg said it perfectly. That was a great run. And boom, Ken says, ain't nobody got time for bogeys. One could make a great argument that this could be considered a par 4 at 530 feet, but DJ outstretched to the left. Shasta's got the same putt. And oh my, they are about to commit the most egregious act in best shot doubles. And that's the dreaded bogey. Shasta cleans it up.
Good job, Shasta.
That little headwind got us both.
It's,
Yeah, silly, right?
I mean, music pretty good.
JohnE McCray is going to throw first here. I was trying to get shots from the turn. Spoiler alert, I missed Dave Feldberg's during the alternate shot here. Trying to give you a position of that basket. Again, this is another one. It says 455 feet, and it is a very challenging par 3. I'm not sure you're going to see anything short of a miracle get all the way to this pin as they play with the OB ball diamond on the right and then just nasty shul on the left. Bob and Ken are throwing what look to be good shots. Really, you want one guy out in the open, the other guy just hopes to get a few more feet of distance. And Shasta has some solid distance there. Gets it way out there. I was hustling to get into the position I was. We'll see if DJ can improve on that. I also learned in working with this new camera this weekend, a little more sensitive on the mic. And I make a great adjustment for that by second round. This is Bob's approach. He's got work to do. Again, at just 455 feet, something tells me this hole is actually longer than that. I was going by what I saw on the scorecard, and that's trouble. They may be looking at one of those dreaded bogeys here during the best shot round. JohnE McCray is going to play the skip. And Dave really didn't intend that route, but as you see, it still worked out for him. And watching both DJ and Shasta, you see just how great it is to have someone with a forehand on your team, while the other one's a predominantly a backhand thrower. Oh, not two in a row there, Ken. Sit down, buddy. I know you wanted to run it down. That was a solid run. Let's see if Bob can not save the day. Again, good run, just a bit short. Johnny's dialed and going to tap those in. Anytime you give him one for birdie or par, he's got that. Shasta says, we'll match the difficult par here. No harm, no foul with the 3. .680 feet. Dave was mentioning during the previous hole that one of the most beloved trees on the course was actually just cut down and removed earlier, as in the last 48 hours of when they had come out here and played. It's a crush by McCray. Full flight on that. These players are hoping to get up and down, walk away with a 3 here, 680 feet.
Nice, dude.
A little math for everyone at home, that's 340 per drive. We'd love to walk away with a birdie 3 here. And missing them all is Shasta Criss. Ken goes with a wide Anheuser. However, it hits a late tree, pushes back down on him. And Bob, as we've seen, with that much lower release, a few of his shots have also carried right upon release. And this one also is right. We'll see if it's got time to hook up. It does. And there's where that tree was we were just referencing. There was an enormous tree short of the basket. Really changes the composure and the makeup of this hole. Good shot by Shasta. It's a little bit wide. At that point, you're just trying to get it closer than your partner, playing with that left side cabbage, and that's not going to do it. You're going to rely on Shasta's approach shot.
Hold on.
Dave was talking about that being one of his favorite discs to throw. And both him and Johnny look like they're trying to stick it. That would be a heck of an eagle. Oh! 2 out of 3 huge putts here in the last 3 holes. Ken actually had to hesitate on that. Eventually it cashes in. Very appropriate fist bump. DJ's online but short. Shasta online but a little too strong. Another famous 22-footer by this card, and that results in another birdie for them. Shasta and DJ walk away with the par. And at 325, this is a must-get here on hole number 7. You've got room out to the right, you've got room out to the left if you're a lefty player or a forehander. You can go the higher route like you're seeing Feldberg, you can go low right, low left. There's all sorts of options here. I'm guessing it's actually a little longer than 325. I watched a few of these guys give it plenty of power and still come up short. Ken's got power, and I know he hit a tree there, but I still feel like this plays a little longer than 325. They have to use Ken's shot. That's why you didn't see Bob throw this hole. DJ's drive comes in just a bit short and right. And Shasta, wanting to give it everything he's got, turns that one over. It's not going to matter. This is from the left side of the pin. And again, a great run there by Bob. Ken's not able to draw any medal for the 4th hole in the road. JohnE McCray chalks up the birdie. Feldberg in the background says first tester. I guess if you want to call it that. And Shasta will tap in. They're going to get back on track here with a birdie on hole 7. Hole number 8. 260 feet with a hard right turn and a little action on my end. Not the action I was looking for. They have to use Feldberg's, so he throws a roller and parks it. Shasta going with a forehand, which you don't see too frequently from him. DJ knows this is right in his wheelhouse. We'll see what he can do with the long grass, catches him up. Bob's going to throw low, and it's turning nicely. He's going to put himself right there. My battery was dying. I said, no problem. Oh, wait. Ken still had to throw, and Ken drilled me in the leg. I was not paying attention. I took it right in the leg. It would have been a bad shot regardless, and thank goodness his partner was parked. All right, well, maybe not parked, but that's where they are. Let's see if he can take it. So after throwing one into my leg, completely my fault. Ken's wandering around. You doesn't know what disc to pick up. And Feldberg takes the birdie.
I didn't know what part it was on. I was trying to pick it up. I'll just pick them all up.
Couple birds on 8. And a disc to my leg. I'm perfectly fine. I told them I felt embarrassed. I should never get in the way of the disc. That means I should keep my eyes open for them. And this is an unconventional route. It's clearly going to pan out and be effective for the likes of JohnE McCray, but this is a somewhat unconventional approach there by going that big ante. Certainly not second guessing his route. I'm just saying it is somewhat unconventional. We see Feldberg go up the middle. We see Ken. Well, he just threw that straight up into the tree, unfortunately. See if his partner Bob can save him. And it's just a matter of how much skip and carry will that get. That works out all right. And now the forehander going out to the left, that makes for a relatively routine route. And Shasta maybe, ooh, big tree catches it. Bob's looking to help out Ken. Ken's been doing all the work on the green. They're having fun, both shooting well, but Ken seems to have the hot hand with the putter. Can he close out the front 9 with another jump putt? Certainly gave it a good run. And short.
Yes, sir.
Shasta proving he's got a 4-digit rating. Johnny, left side, that basket, grabs it, pulls it in, and we've got the front 9 behind us. Looking forward to heading over to the back. We start on a challenging par 4. We'll be back in a moment.